All right, welcome to to my FX Buddies, the podcast. And I'm speaking a little softly, but I think the sound should be okay. But if not, turn your volume up. And I apologize. I have to do this now or it won't get done. And this is a really good article. Another really good article. All right, so my FX buddies can also be found on, this is not a stock video. So, if you don't want to hear about foreign currency, then thank you. Thank you, new subscribers, wherever you are. Cause anyway, okay, I'm trying to keep this short. All right. Just thank you. There's some comments I need to reply to. I'm going to do that as soon as I'm done with this recording. Right now it's 11:30, November 28th, but this is probably going to be Wednesday, November 29th. So even if you're looking at the video, see here it says Tuesday, November 28th, but it's probably going to show an upload date of November 29th. And the video is on Spotify.com, right? But the channel or whatever is My FX Buddies. RSS.com does a pretty accurate transcript that I believe you can print out. That's RSS.com, and My FX Buddies is there. And YouTube, Fair Use Disclaimer Act. Shout out to YouTube. So anything I show, discuss, cover is covered under the Fair Use Disclaimer Act because I'm just commenting, critiquing, teaching, sharing. Yeah. All right. So let's dig in. I don't think you guys can hear that. Okay. All right. So the title of this article is also the title of the blog or whatever, right? Video, whatever. Economic policy in Iraq is moving towards implementing the principle of monetary sovereignty. When I heard that, I had lots of thoughts. But this is one of those articles that they definitely want the citizens to see. They have it out in other forms. It says Sudanese advisor, but for people who aren't familiar with Iraq, that it gets confusing and they think of Sudan. So I just took that off. But if you go to the link here, which you can't see, this is a preview. So, you can see right there. So it's not clickable. But if you go to, the blog is myfxbuddies.blogspot.com. And you should go there because then you can see the entire article for yourself. All right. So I forgot to say that. The blog plus wherever you listen or watch, however you enjoy this content, there's a link somewhere to the blog. YouTube, I have to go back. I have to remember to go back and put it there, but I'm going to try. Well, anyway, yeah, I'm going to try to be better about doing that. So then you can click the link and it takes you to the blog. All right. So, one of the other titles is Reforming the Economy Begins with the Government Banking Sector. And another headline, the currency of a country other than the dinar cannot control pricing within the country. I hope you can't hear that noise. I don't know what that noise is if you can hear it, but it'll go away. All right. So, the financial advisor to the Prime Minister, that name there, still don't know how to say it, but I know how to say Mohammed Saleh, confirmed today, Tuesday, that the economic policy in Iraq is moving towards implementing the principle of monetary sovereignty. And while he pointed out that the informal exchange market, what is that? Right? They gave it another name. So we have black market, parallel market. I think they at one time called it temporary market. Now they're calling it the informal exchange market. Okay, so all of those four words saying, I think why they changed it now is because they did actually change it. Remember, they went from you absolutely cannot sell dollars, right? And then just 3 days ago over the weekend, they were like, well, okay, if they meet all the qualifications, then yeah, okay, you can sell the dollar, right? But I think it's just because they are going to be getting rid of the dollar. So for a month and 1, 2, 3, so 34 more days, they're going to let them sell the dollar. And then after that, hopefully, if everything goes according to their plan, people aren't going to want the dollar, right? Okay, but anyway, so that's the latest name, informal exchange market. All right. They only represent 10% of circulation. I don't know if I believe that. They sure do go through a lot, right? For 10% of a market. He stressed that the currency cannot be controlled. A country other than the dinar with in-country pricing, because monetary duality has harmed the economy. He pointed out at the same time that there is a tendency to diversify currencies for travel purposes and not be limited to the dollar. So, let's see what else. Economic policy in general and monetary policy in particular are moving towards a new principle called monetary sovereignty, which considers the Iraqi dinar the only refuge. I love that word, refuge. Sorry, I just went somewhere, but I'm back. For exchange, pricing, and coverage of internal transactions. It is not permissible for the currency of another country whose monetary policy is subject to pricing and trade exchange operations within the Iraqi economy. And the principle of monetary sovereignty starts from this level. Okay, now remember, this is Arabic being translated by artificial intelligence into English. So, at this level could mean at this time, or it could actually mean the trade. Because remember, they're allowing these other currencies, the yuan, the euro, the Emirati dirham, the Jordanian dinar, possibly the Turkish lira. So they're letting these other currencies be used for trade in the country, but they're absolutely limiting the dollar. And I'm wondering, was a question, usually this guy, Mohammed Saleh, is interviewed. So I'm wondering, what question was posed to him to have this answer, right? But that's my mind. That's how my mind works. Okay, let's read on. So they go and talk about how the price is, the official price is $13.20 set by, the CPI. And then they have this second market. So here they're calling it something else. The second market is irregular and uncontrolled. And it's controlled by speculators that add noise. that add noise to the Iraqi economy as a whole. So I thought that was interesting. Okay, so they're going to diversify. They're going to, and see, the government has begun through baskets. So, this could be those currencies, the currency basket, because then they go on to say the food basket and a medicine basket and a construction basket. So all of this stuff is what? Commerce that's going to launch soon. But see, they have already begun those baskets. So everything that they needed to do to get those other banks up and running and funded with their currency is done. And I think that's what this is saying. But I know it's done. There were other articles saying that it's complete. So these are funded at the official exchange rate and help stabilize prices and counteract the noise introduced by the informal market. So let's see. The basis diversifying. Yeah, see? It says right here, the Turkish lira. So they're going to be allowing foreign transactions in these currencies. Emirati dirham, Turkish lira, Chinese yuan, British pound, and the euro. Oh, British pound. See, look at that. They just throw in stuff. But I think, and this came in through Turkey and the euro, in addition to the dollar, right? But the dollar, that's all just for trade, supposedly. The citizens should not be using dollars, but we shall see. All right, so then they go on to talk about how they're doing all this stuff to greatly reduce the dollar, and then here's commercial partnerships they're going to have. And this is happening for the first time. So, all you people out there who have non-believers in your circle, this is happening for the first time. So we are at a place we've never been at before, right? To open banking arrangements with central banks in countries that have a commercial partnership with Iraq, such as the Emiratis, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and China. Also, I'm sure they're going to be doing something with Korea, probably in the first quarter of next year. All right, so blah, 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 1320. Having the two markets is dangerous and has harmed Iraq. This must end. All right. So, and there's more, but if I continue to read, we'll be here all night. So, well, let me just cover this part because it does say we are working on this seriously, and during the next 6 months, the results of this reform will appear. I don't want to be around here 6 months, right? I'm sure you don't either. But at least they're working on this seriously, okay? Before they were working on it and they were just playing around. It cracks me up when they say seriously. But anyway, yeah. And during the next 6 months, the results of this reform will appear. Work, blah, blah, right? Private sector, private banking, Islamic banks, everyone's got to be on board on the same page. All right. And also, maybe 2 days ago, there's this 5-year plan that I still have not looked at. It's a new development, 5-year plan. I don't like hearing about 5-year plans, so I'm really procrastinating on reading it. But yeah, so that's out there. But look at this. This was my favorite article, I think, for yesterday. The dinar will recover. Iraq is approaching an imminent end to the dollar crisis before the end of 2023. Now, so that's the current year, end of the current year. Everything was good in here except we expect that the new year will witness a significant decline in dollar prices with the rise in the value of the Iraqi dinar, which it should because supposedly they're not supposed to be using the dollar, right? So we'll see. We expect that economic and financial stability will be strongly present at the beginning of next year. Yay! So then it says the central bank told Reuters that the country will ban cash withdrawals and transactions in dollars as of January 1st. But I don't believe that. That's a holiday that no one's going to be working. So maybe towards the end of January, we'll see. Okay, so that's that. I thought this was funny. So this guy, whoever he is, I think he's a Parliamentary Finance Committee member. Yeah. He says, I don't know what question they asked him to get this answer. He said, you want to transfer money? To do so. You want a card in dollars? Here you are. You can use the card inside Iraq at the official rate, or if you want to withdraw cash, you can at the official rate in dinars. But don't talk to me about dollars and cash anymore. Yes, it says that. I just imagine him putting up his hand. Don't talk to me about dollars and cash anymore. But yeah, so they talk a good talk. We'll see what happens. Okay, dollar shortage. We want them to have a dollar shortage. So I don't know why. Which they don't. Just like we can print as many dollars as we want, they can go to the auction, and as long as everything is in line, they can order as many dollars as they want. But we want them to have a shortage because they're supposed to be getting off the dollar, right? So I don't see that's a problem. Okay. Oh, here, I did. Well, this actually, let me see. I can't hit play here. So for those of you who are watching, okay, if you go to the blog, you have to see this video. But so it came like an article. We will bid farewell to the cash. The Sudanese talks about switching to the electronic payment system. So this is Sudani, in case you don't know what he looks like. And I already forget. Is his name Mohammed? I don't know. I just call him by his last name. But he has 3 or 4 names. Anyway, I wish I knew what they were saying because look. So this is a government video. It's only 55 seconds. Look how, oh, you know what? I have it sped up. So look at look, I'm going to pause this. Wait, go back. Look at look how intently they're looking. Wow, look at that guy. He's a little pudgy. But look, they have on their nice pristine hat and their military uniforms. So this is clearly a professionally done video. Like I can imagine them saying, okay, look at him. Look like you're really paying attention to what he's saying. So there he is looking very stately. He's got his little Iraqi pin on his lapel. Why is he talking to military man about getting off the cash and going to payment? Do you think do they maybe trouble switching over? I don't know. But it would be lovely if I could get that translated, but so far I haven't had any luck. But they put that out today. November 28th. Okay. Here's another thing. I just have this here because All the banks are going to start talking about how they're going to stop loans, they're going to stop credit, they're going to stop everything for the end of December, but they do that every year. So you might have all these gurus out here think, oh, they're stopping because they're going to change the system, because they're going to change the rate. No, they do this every year for year-end processing. The people can still go get cash, but they don't want them to, right? They want them to use their cards. But the banks will still be open. They can come in and ask questions, but they won't be lending. They won't be doing credit type of transactions. Very limited transactions is what they'll be doing for all sectors starting November 30th. Oh, Oh, it says it ends December 10th. That is interesting. Usually it goes through the end of the month. But anyway, all right. I just thought this was interesting. If you want to read this, you can. But they were making a big deal about this high-ranking banking delegation was going to Turkey, and they did go. And here, Iraq intends to reduce dollar dealings with Turkey. And look at the new way you have to spell Turkey now. It's been like that maybe about a month. I don't know what happened, but then they go back in the article and spell it the way we're used to. Again, that could be the artificial intelligence translating that. But so they're doing this. According to a source in the central bank, this step comes within the framework of reforming the bank's financial sector. So it was a pretty big meeting. They had the financial advisor to the prime minister was there, 3 central bank officials, directors of 12 Iraqi banks, plus then they had the Turkish people. I'm guessing they probably had U.S. Treasury people there. But they're just not saying that. So that was a pretty serious meeting. And look at this. I've never seen this before. They are calculating additional working hours for employees. So I think they're going to pay them. Pay them for working overtime. Can you imagine? Wow. Yeah, but you see how weird this document is, so I'm not going to be able to translate that because look at it. It's like scrunched together, but also spread out. It's weird. So can't translate that. And then I just wanted to throw this in here. JP Morgan expands its corporate banking activities in Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi is the capital of what? United Arab Emirates. So why is that interesting? Because who just expanded into Iraq? The Emirati dirham, right? So, and it is processing through JP Morgan. So it would fit that they probably need, oh, and not only that, in Abu Dhabi, JP Morgan has been granted a full Category 1 bank license. So they're going to have centers there, which would, be fitting if they're going to be processing dirham for dinar and vice versa, right? Then they need offices and banks in Abu Dhabi. So we're at a very different time. We're still not at the bank, but we're clearly at a very different time. And every day, in my opinion, is one day closer to what we're looking for. Okay, so someone had made a comment because I very often say, if you listen to who I listen to, well, I have an agreement with them not to mention their names in my stuff because then it'll look like I'm trying to get famous, or not famous, but like I'm trying to attract from their people. So if you have a way to, YouTube used to have like a messaging, but I don't think they have it anymore. So I don't know. I could just give you a hint, I guess. They're two brothers and they have calls every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So, and they're in Dinar land. That's the hint that I could give you. Maybe you can figure out who that is. But anyway, yeah, so all right. I'm gonna end this here because I really wanted it to be like 15 minutes, but not gonna make that. So again, and this I think is very positive. I wish this message was coming from the CBI, but this I was gonna put his picture here, but the administer advisor to the prime minister, he's been in his job for 42 years. So he's seen prime ministers come and go. And he knows Iraqi politics. He knows us, right? He knows, America. So I guess that's why they let him speak so much to the media. But anyway, yeah, so let's see. Well, it'll be Wednesday. There'll just be 2 more days in the week. Let's see what happens with the other 2 days of the week. Thank you for listening. I hope this is helpful. I'm just trying to help people stay in the game. Because there's so much excitement from other places. And I just am more cautious because I don't have banking contacts. I don't have Iraqi contacts. I just go by the articles. And yeah, all right. So, if there's a subscribe or join or whatever button, hit that wherever you're listening. And then that way when I update, you'll be notified because I don't update regularly. Again, thank you for listening. Accumulate while we wait for the rate to appreciate. Don't miss any meals and pay all your bills. And enjoy the rest of your morning, night, noon, whatever time you are enjoying this content. And until next time.